lot of artists sound exactly the same cadence, the same flow, the same tone. Rappers is using the same recording templates, so of course they're gonna sound the same. Rappers is using the same auto-tune presets. It's like, if everybody's using the same thing, of course nobody gonna sound unique. Before I moved to Atlanta, I was straight spitting bars. Like, I'm talking about bars on top of bars. I was just trying to out-rap anybody, for real, for real. But when I moved to Atlanta, I started going to the open mics and showcases, and then I realized, like, yo, I don't think this is gonna work. My style is not gonna work out here. And I was thinking, cause I had the rap skills, that I was just gonna come to Atlanta and just take over. Nah, it ain't work like that. So then I started recording at different studios, and then I was networking and meeting people, and then they was just telling me like, yo, you might need to switch it up and do this and try this. So I fell into that trap. So then I started trying to do mad different melodies. I started rapping on down south beats, and you know, the tempo was way slower. I started trying to switch it up and trying to do what they was doing in Atlanta. And I regret that, because at the end of the day, my style was unique. I had my own unique sound. My style couldn't really be replicated. There was a lot of artists that could, you know, rap and spit bars, but with my voice, my different cadences and different flows and stuff like that, I had my own unique sound. But at that time, I was trying to get on so bad that I'm like, bro, I'm in Atlanta. This is where it's at. Everybody popping. I need to try to adapt and just do what they doing. But in all actuality, if I just stayed in my lane and kept doing me, I would be further than where I am now. So this video is just to inspire all my independent artists, like, yo, keep doing your thing, be original, never switch your sound, homie, because at the end of the day, sounds change, you know, trends change. When Migos had that flow, you feel me? That was that thing at that time, but that's not really it right now. Just because it's trending now doesn't mean it's gonna last forever. So it's best that you stay true to yourself and just do you, man. Spit from the heart, you know what I mean? Tell your story. I've been to mad showcases where there was artists that sound like the popping artists out. Like, I even been to a showcase probably like a year and a half ago. It was an artist that sound just like Gunna. And the host told him like, bro, they already got a Gunna. You sound exactly like Gunna. I'm talking about the boy had the same flow and everything. Like, it was crazy. But the host told him, he kept it real, like, listen, bro, they already got Gunna. We need to hear you. That's my whole point of this video, is the people need to hear your sound, bro. We don't want to hear another Travis Scott or another Young Thug or another Lil Baby. We want to hear whatever your name is. We want to hear that. We want to hear you. All my independent artists, stick to your sound. You don't got to conform, because at the end of the day, like I said, trends do not last forever. They're going to get tired of the trendy flow and all that, so you might as well just do you. A lot of people is looking for something different. They looking for artists now, y'all. A prime example of an artist staying true to himself and true to his sound is Dave East. Cause I'm like, damn, like, bro should have made a Shorty record. If I was him, I would have just stuck with the girl records. You feel me? Cause he got a crazy following as far as for the women. So I'm thinking like he should attack that, but I respect it. He like, nah, I do this hip hop rap, you feel me? And I'm gonna stick to that. And bro album is probably one of the hardest albums out right now to date, for real, for real. He stuck to his formula, he stuck to his sound, and it's working, and it paid off. That's a prime example of staying in your lane. Sometimes you don't really want to just be all over the place and jump in that lane. Just because you seen somebody in the fast lane and they moving past you, don't mean you need to switch lanes and jump in their lane. You might need to stay in this lane. At the end of the day, this is a marathon, so they might be passing you now, but in a few years, you feel me? They might run out of gas. They might gotta pull over, get off the exit, and you still rolling. You still riding. So just stay in your lane, bro. Back in the early 90s and the 2000s, it was frowned upon to be sounding like another artist. DMX, Busta Rhymes, The Lox, Biggie, Tupac, all these artists had their own unique style. Outkast, Goody Mob, Ludacris, any artist that you name, they always had their unique style. Trick Daddy, you know what I'm saying? Master P, Cash Money. It's like, bro, we gotta get back to that, because it's too many artists sounding the same, and that's where the game is lacking at. Be original, don't be no copycat. If you sound like another artist, it's not good. Now, I will admit, certain things you can't control. Some artists have a tone that just naturally sounds like another artist. Like, for example, I know Designer. His tone honestly sounds like Future. And even the new designer records, I peeped them out. I'm like, okay, he don't really sound like Future, but I can understand why people think he sound like Future because his tone is similar to Future's tone. He can't help that. If your flow is the same, if you have the same cadence, if you're talking about the same things that another rapper is talking about, you're not being unique. You're just a copycat. A lot of fans get frustrated because it's like, bro, we don't want to hear that. You sound like so-and-so. We already heard that. Like, you're not original. Just because G Herbo got a poppin' song and he's rapping with the unorthodox flow, don't mean you gotta rap with that same unorthodox flow. Just because drill rap is popping in Philly or in Chicago, don't mean you gotta mimic that style. You might be from Texas, you might be from Arkansas. Bring your uniqueness to the game. We need to hear that. That's the true way to actually build a fan base, is to be original, because people are gonna like you for you. Back in the day, they had Wu-Tang, they had the Dog Pound. They had all types of groups, all types of artists in the 80s and 90s, but none of them artists sounded the same. You feel me? Cannabis didn't sound like LL Cool J. Fat Joe didn't sound like Big Pun. Once we go back to artists being original, I feel like the game is gonna go crazy, man. But we gotta stop being copycat rappers, man. That's hurting the game. We gotta start being true to ourselves. Like, if you grew up in the suburbs, homie, it's cool. You ain't gotta portray a lifestyle that you don't come from. You heard? If you're not from the trenches, it's all good. Tell your story. That don't mean you ain't got no struggle or you ain't come from no struggle. But if you ain't from the trenches, you ain't gotta promote that in your raps, homie, because people is gonna point that out. Like, they gonna expose you. So you might as well just keep it authentic. A lot of artists be frauding and they be trying to portray a lifestyle that they don't really come from. And to me, that's super corny, because it's like, bro, why? There's some artists that promote the gang culture and all that, but like, bro, you're not even from that and you're not cut like that. Like, why even rap about that? You feel me? We gotta tighten up. If you rap about that type of stuff, when you go to certain cities, if you don't check in, they gonna test you. You feel me? So you gonna have to live up to that. If you promoting that type of lifestyle in your raps, and then you start performing in different cities and you in these different clubs and all that type of stuff, you better make sure that you're really about that, because these people is gonna really test you and they gonna check you. You heard? It wasn't really like that. Back in the day, they used to have a lot of artists that wasn't really living like that, but they used to talk like that in their music. Nowadays, you can't really get away with that. If you talking that talk, you're gonna have to walk that walk. It just is what it is, man. If you're an independent artist and you got some dope music, or you're an independent producer, you got some dope beats, man, drop your names and links in the comments. I'm trying to network and build, but y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. It's the homie LA Mars. I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you want to know how to use metaphors, similes, double, triple, and quadruple entendres, man, click this video below and I'm gonna share my knowledge and give y'all the game for free. You heard? Remember, dreams don't have deadlines. It's the homie LA Mars, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. You heard? Let's get it. And now,